New Constitution, New Syria.
Thank you for joining us. Grateful again if you're joining us online that your login reflects your name and your media organization. A reminder that the Constitutional Committee is meeting off-site this week, so media materials of arrivals and convenings will be provided daily by Eunice. The Special Envoy and the co-chairs have usually opted to separately update the media at the conclusion of the week on Friday. I will confirm this and provide times for you later in the week. The Special Envoy joins us now and has time for a few remarks, a few questions following his remarks.
Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, as Jennifer said, for joining us. Let me start by emphasizing the obvious, and that is that Syria remains one of the gravest crises in the world, and that there is a clear need for progress towards a political solution. I'm pleased that the Syrian-led, Syrian-owned, UN-facilitated small body of the Constitutional Committee is meeting for the 7th session this week. As you will recall, the Constitutional Committee consists of the large body, 150 persons, 50 from the government, 50 from the opposition, and 50 from civil society. The small body is then represented by 15 members nominated by the government, 15 members nominated by the opposition, and 15 members of the civil society group, what we call the middle third. As I said, they have met 7 times, and it's no more than or close to 2.5 years since we had the first meeting. I will not prejudge the outcome of this session, but as Jennifer said, I will try to provide you with an update of the work when the week concludes. I was pleased to meet jointly with the 2 co-chairs this morning, with the co-chairs nominated by the government and the co-chair nominated by the opposition SNC. In that meeting, we agreed also that we should meet later in the day with the civil society delegation, and I just left that meeting after we had a good meeting together with the co-chairs and with the 15 representatives of the middle third. And in the meeting with the 2 co-chairs, we went through the agenda for the week. We agreed on which 4 principles or titles that shall be discussed during the week. And I will mention those 4 principles to you so that you have an idea of that. It's the first is basics of governance. The second is state identity. The third is state symbols. And the fourth is structure and functions of public authorities. And we will spend 1 day on each principle. And I think, Havla, you made sure that we have the correct Arabic translation. Huh? Yes, very good. As you may or may not recall, during the last session in October, the 2 co-chairs noted that the committee needed to improve the work of the last day of the session. They said that they wanted to have a better mechanism when it comes to revisions of proposed constitutional text, and there is now an agreement with the 2 co-chairs on how this should be done. And I'm looking forward to see then on Friday how this will be put into practice. Let me just remind you what is the mandate of the Constitutional Committee. It's to prepare and draft for popular approval a constitutional reform, and as the mandate or the terms of reference says, that may be through an amendment of the current constitution or draft a new constitution. I have consistently said that the committee should work in a way that builds trust and confidence, and during this session, I hope to see the Constitutional Committee work with a sense of seriousness and purpose and determination to make progress that the situation demands. Thank you so much.
If there are any questions, could you please raise your hand online? Robin from AFP. Robin, your question, please.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to ask, do you see any signs of optimism, of positive outcomes from this week's meeting? I know that sometimes you've been frustrated at previous meetings, but yeah, do you see signs of optimism, a bit more optimism this time? Thank you.
Thank you. Listen, let me be careful by stating whether there are grounds for optimism or not. I think if we do, if the three delegations do what they have said they will do, I hope that we can see some steady progress. But I learned that through the 6 previous rounds of talks that seeing you on Sunday, I should not prejudge the outcome of the discussion. But I should emphasize that I had good meetings with the 2 co-chairs in preparation for this meeting, and I had a good meeting with all the 15 members of the middle third. And, hopefully, and as what I would call the business-like meeting we had with the 2 co-chairs earlier today, hopefully that will make it possible for us to make progress through this week. Thank you.
Isabel, yeah, your question, please.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I would like, last meeting, as you mentioned, was in October, and now is March, 5 months later. And I wonder if we can assume that there have been many difficulties to get together the delegations. And I would like you to explain as much as you can what has been these difficulties to take so long to get this meeting again. Thank you.
Yeah, the reason for that is clear. It has been, what we agreed in October was that we needed to agree on a mechanism for how to improve the work on the last day of the Constitutional Committee. And that has taken a little bit of time. I have been traveling to Damascus to meet with the government and the government nominated co-chair, and I've been traveling to meet with the opposition and the SNC, and these things takes a bit of time. But in the end, we now have an understanding for how we are going to proceed also on the last day, that is on Friday. So that's the reason for why the work has been delayed.
Final question to Musa. Musa, please.
تحياتي. شكرا جينيفر. ومن الجيد أن نراك مجددا سيد بيدرسن. لدي سؤالين صغيرين. الأول، هل كل شكرا. هل كل أفراد المعارضة من الوفد المعارضة سيحضرون 15 سيحضرون، وتحديدا ممثلي منصة موسكو؟ سؤالي الثاني، لكي تقوم بتحديد هذه الجولة السابعة وربما الجولتين 8 و9، هذا يعني أن لديك مبررات جديدة وعوامل جديدة تدفعك لتحديد هذه الجولات. كما أعلم لا تريد أن يكون هناك نتائج كالجولة السادسة أو الجولات الماضية الفاشلة. لا يمكن أن تفشل مرة جديدة في هذه الجولات المقبلة. ما هي المبررات؟ هل هناك عوامل دولية مختلفة اليوم؟ هل هناك عوامل داخلية سورية إن كان من الحكومة أو المعارضة مشجعة لكي تقوم بتحديد هذه الجولات؟ شكرا.
Just to confirm, I believe your question was asking about some difficulties in convening the session and the members that would be present during this 7th session.
Yeah, frankly, I'm not sure I got the whole question, but let me just say that the reason why we are meeting now is, of course, that the Syrian parties themselves wanted to have the meeting, agreed to have a meeting, and that they have managed to come to an understanding that we agreed on that we needed to solve during the last round of talks here in Geneva in October, as I said to the previous speaker. So, we will then, hopefully when I meet you on Friday, we will be able to see whether we have made progress or not. But as I said, let me not prejudge the work that Syrians themselves will be doing this week. Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us. And again, I'll update you on the times on Friday regarding Mr. Pedersen's remarks and any availability of the co-chairs. Thank you very much.
New Constitution, New Syria.